And welcome back to Carolina and Company Live. All right, now this is something you need to take, you really listen to. It's talking about Stroke Month. I think it's the whole month.
That's right. Stroke, May is Stroke Awareness Month. And, you know, some very important stuff. We've got Dr. Y here with us and Becky Fallon from the American Heart Association. And first of all, let's talk about what is a stroke.
Absolutely. So, you know, stroke is the absence of cerebral blood flow to a certain part of the brain that results in tissue death. Basically something that causes a blockage in the brain or something that causes bleeding in the brain. So there's two different types of stroke, non-bleeding and bleeding. We call the bleeding types of stroke hemorrhagic strokes and the non-bleeding types of stroke ischemic stroke. So that's basically what a stroke is.
Okay.
And you can have such thing as a mini stroke also. Because I've heard this before. My wife experienced a mini stroke, then she was okay though. Yes,
and another word we use for that is called TIA, and that stands for transient ischemic attack. And that's a real serious warning. That's kind of letting people know that they may need to come and get evaluated and worked up to prevent a more serious stroke.
Sure. Well, why is it important to get all this information out there in South Carolina?
Well, you know, especially in South Carolina, we lead the country in numbers of strokes and the bad outcomes of stroke. So,
stroke belt, they call it.
Yeah, actually, we're the stroke buckle of the stroke belt. Wow. The stroke belt is the southern states. Yeah. And the stroke buckle is the highest of the high, which happens to be right along this coastal strip of South Carolina, Georgetown, Myrtle Beach, Wilmington. So we really focused on, you know, reducing risk factors such as, you know, decreasing your sodium, you know, increasing your blood pressure, improving your blood pressure, and quitting smoking, and those kind of things.
Just watch what you're eating, all right. Becky, now what's the Heart Association? What all are y'all doing to?
Right, well, we actually work a lot with Dr. Pragada, the hospitals, communities, just to create that awareness. Obviously, we have a few different fundraising events we put on during the year, such as the Heart Walk and the Heart Ball, and then our only one in the nation, the Beach Ride. So we work very closely trying to get those messages out there and get people to understand, to know their numbers and watch their levels of cholesterol and blood pressure and just get them out there and moving.
Sure. It's so important to know.
Yeah, it is. I went to the doctor the other day now, and I mean, when you get older, you go to the doctor a lot. My cholesterol was up, my sugar was high, so now, you know, I've cut all that down and tried to do what I'm supposed to do. And my doctor said, you've got to do it. So, you know, I'm doing it again. So I hope that's going to help me maintain, because I'm a little overweight, a couple of pounds, that's all. And why are you laughing?
Now talk about the signs and the symptoms. There are some certain things that you could look for and ask people to do to find out if they've had a stroke.
Very, very important. If you or someone around you are experiencing symptoms of a stroke, they abruptly recognize them and seek to help, calling 911. We have a mnemonic we like to use called FAST. And FAST basically is face for facial droop. A stands for arm weakness or leg weakness. We like to say speech trouble. People may slur their speech or have trouble getting words out. And the final thing is T for time. So if you recognize any sudden onset of neurological symptoms, do not delay in seeking help. Every minute that you waste, 2 million neurons are dying when it's from the time a stroke starts. Wow. And we have special ways we have a limited amount of time where we can use special therapies to kind of stop a stroke from getting worse and try to help people get better. So we want to get people to come in as fast as possible.
So the sooner the better. And you can ask them maybe to raise both arms too, and just like different stuff like that.
But don't delay, you know, thinking that you can take a nap. Don't take a nap thinking that you're going to wake up and get better. Don't try to shake it off and hang out, and those kind of things delay time and sometimes push you out of the time window for these certain therapies.
All right, if you want to know more about this, you can go strokeassociation.org and find out more about it. We thank y'all both for being here.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget, eat right, exercise. I'm working on the exercise part.
And quit smoking.
Quit smoking. Yeah, I did that 50 years ago.
Cecil's doing push-ups next.
Push-up?
Exercise.
Oh, okay, exercise. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.